Hello, welcome to another week of me doing something every single day for the Every Bit Counts challenge, and try to put something up every day and make it work for us through the winter, through kind of, in my case, the more leaner months. And I've had a lot of new subscribers, so I thought I would do a very short introduction. My name is Shalise. I am the mom of 5 children. We homeschool. My husband is working part-time during the school year, and he is going back to school to become a pastor during the school year. So we have what we call our leaner months, and then we have our plenteous months. During the summer it's more plenteous, and that helps. And then during the fall, winter, spring school year, we have the more leaner months. So Every Bit Counts challenge is helping me kind of prep ahead for those leaner months, not necessarily for the winter, but winter is a part of those months. So that's kind of how this got started. And since we are a lower income family, whatever I make through babysitting and various side hustles, that's the amount that we have for groceries during the school years, because my husband doesn't have a full-time job income type of thing. Okay, so that's kind of how this all got started. So we have food pantries that well, it's not really a full food pantry. We attend the mobile food trucks, which brought in a lot more subscribers. So if you're watching this, subscribing from the local food pantry or the food truck hauls, it's interchangeable. So how that works is every single week I go to 1 or 2, depending on the week. Like this week I have to go to another town over, and they accept us here. They, as long as you give the address, the number of households, and then they compare it with the 2 places and how all that works. I'm not really sure. I'm not on the other end, but I am upfront and honest what I do. And tomorrow I have to go to another town that I normally don't go to. It costs about $9 in gas to go there and back. But I have to go over there because it also has our homeschool, since I homeschool. It also has our homeschool curriculum closet, and there's some things that I can pick up for free that will help our homeschool year. So I will be going over there, and I have to pick up some free, couple free garden hose and buckets that somebody was giving away. It's actually the neighbors that share their food with us. They messaged me and were like, hey, we're getting rid of all this. Do you want it? Yes, I do. So since I have to go there anyway, I'll be going to 2 mobile food pantries, and that's just what happens. So a mobile food pantry works is that it's a food truck, and it's not necessarily like something you would donate to, like a local food pantry. This picks up produce and different various items from grocery stores that maybe have ordered too much or have stuff that are about to expire, usually the latter, and they give them out to the people that wait in line and pick them up once a week. So that's how all this works. And through the various videos that I have shared below, you can check out the mobile food pantry and how I turn those around into useful things for our family. For example, I have some green beans here and some pickled asparagus here, and both of these are from the local food pantry. Obviously I cannot use all of those produce up, especially when they're at expiration date, need to be used up quickly. I cannot use them all up before they go bad. And while I can put them in the freezer, I prefer to can them if possible, because if for whatever reason a winter storm is to take out our electricity, I don't lose all that food. So there we go. Today is Monday, August 8th, and it is the start of another week, so I will share with you what I'm doing this week. Okay, we have one more project done for the Every Bit Counts challenge. We're trying to use up some of the cucumbers still from our neighbor. There's so many, and we are eating so many cucumbers just from our own garden. These are from, this lighter color is from our own cucumbers. They are the pickling ones, but we have a huge small mason jar jam size cucumber. It was big. And then these are the long cucumbers. So this is 4 trays total, and the kids are really enjoying them as ice cubes, so that's what I'm going to continue to do. I'll just put some up, put them in the freezer as ice cubes, and go from there. So that's one more thing done for today. Okay, here I am for another Every Bit Counts challenge. I made more pesto today. I cut up a whole bunch of basil and nasturtium leaves and used some of our garlic from the garden. What else? Some green onions from the garden and olive oil. And I think I had like a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese left that's in here. So yeah, I will put this in like 1/4 to 1/3 cup increments and put that in the freezer. And that's going to be for today, August 11th, for the Every Bit Counts challenge. So I have this meat that I got on sale and I needed to use it up today, so I'm going to add it on to today's, and it might excuse me, seem a little bit odd for preserving something for later, but I don't have any cows or animals to butcher, so this is kind of how I prep for later, especially for very long homeschooling babysitting days. So I have some turkey meatballs that I used from the grocery haul that I did, where we got 3 pounds of turkey for $4.49, I believe. So with 4 pounds of meat, I made turkey meatballs. There's actually another container in the fridge for husband for lunch. I have a couple of teens, so they will probably eat some. And then there's some divided here for some meals. And then I have one of the 1 pound of turkey from that video. We opened it. It wasn't bad, but it was definitely older, and so it does have kind of an older taste, but it's not bad. So I think this would be a good meat to use for like chili or taco soup, when it has other flavors to kind of help it along, so to speak. So that's just the 1 pound for that. And then the last 2 pounds, I made some taco meat for Taco Tuesday night. And then in the food pantry haul, we got 2 whole chickens, and I cooked both of those up for dinner tonight. This is what's left. These are my 4-cup Pyrex containers, so I have, and they're both pretty full, so I have 8 cups left from those 2 chickens. And I probably won't put these in the freezer yet. I'd like to kind of see what I need for the rest of this week for food, but I did portion them out and cook both chickens up, so that if I do end up putting this in the freezer, it's all done. So anyway, that's what I got done tonight. It's late, I am very tired, and I only get a few hours of sleep before I gotta be up again. So without further ado, I will see you tomorrow with tomorrow's video. And for today, I just made a plum barbecue sauce, and you will see more of this upcoming. I'm trying something today for the Every Bit Counts challenge. I'm trying to make some apple cider vinegar. So I have a batch of applesauce going in here with some peaches thrown on top. Just some apples that needed to be used up. And then I took all the cores and put it in this half-gallon mason jar. I think it's got a different top on it, because my other, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like my baby food jars are able to fit in here well. So I think I have one of my coffee drops empty somewhere. I might have to use that to help submerge, but I have them all strategically placed right there for tonight, so it's all submerged, and so we'll see if this works. But that will be for tonight, which is the 12th of August, for the Every Bit Counts challenge. It has been a hot minute since I have filmed anything for the Every Bit Counts challenge. been a time. But my daughter has been on it. She's been doing amazingly. I don't even know where the last time I stopped. But during that time, she has dried strawberry leaves. She did a batch of blueberry and sour cream muffins, a couple batches, put some in the freezer so that we could just pull them out later on this year, since we had an abundance of blueberries at our disposal. She has made some blueberry jam and all kinds of just being super helpful right now. And yeah, so that's been great, but I need to get back into it. So first things first, I am making another batch of basic pesto right now. There's some nasturtium leaves in here, some green onions, some garlic, some parmesan, some olive oil, and some leftover spinach. And I'm just going to get this all made up and then put into freezer bags. I will leave one out for lunch tomorrow, or a portion out for lunch tomorrow. And then I really need to get on the pickles because unfortunately the pickles are going bad faster than I can use them. So these are the two things on my project list for tonight. Alright, for Wednesday, I think it's August 17th, the first thing I'm going to do is, for the Every Bit Counts challenge, I'm going to get a load going of some of the spinach that we received today from the food trucks. And the rest of the spinach went along with lunch, which was really awesome. Alright, today is the 18th, so our 18th day for Every Bit Counts challenge. And so today I did all of the cauliflower that we got yesterday. Since we're just kind of mainly eating a lot of the produce that came in our garden, I decided to go ahead and put these in the freezer for later. So each gallon Ziploc bag has 2 heads of cauliflower in it, and we ended up with 8 heads of cauliflower. Anyway, so I did 2 this morning and then 2 tonight, so I have 4 gallon bags of some cauliflower, and they're not, they're just blanched, so I can still roast them. I can make twice baked cauliflower. I can make a mock potato soup with that. Great. And then I'm going to pop these into the freezer. I want to freeze them separately so that they don't all stick together. And then you can throw one in a pot of beans. My friend also said some rice. And she said it doesn't get too hot, but it does add flavor. So I will be doing that. We still have 3 bags, and I gave 1 bag away of the jalapenos. So I want to make sure that they don't go to waste because, yeah, I mean, these are freshly grown. So, alright, that's going to be it for the Every Bit Counts. I need to get the spinach out that I did yesterday, and I'm too tired to get another batch going tonight. But, like Jessica says, every bit counts. Okay, for today's Every Bit Counts challenge, first of all, it is the 19th, not the 20th. Oh well. But I took all of the spinach that we got from the mobile food pantry, and we ended up with way over 6 containers because somebody else brought us some of theirs. So I don't remember how many we ended up with, but regardless, I ended up cutting up about 3.5 of these containers and putting them into 4 quart bags. I ended up chopping them because that'll work better for the soups and other things that we'll use this with. So I'll put this in the freezer. Thank you so much to those that said that they never blanched it. That was super helpful. So these are going to go into the freezer, and I'll be able to use this a lot for soups during this winter, because we know that we can't use 6+ things of spinach before they go bad. And speaking of that, this is the brand that it is, and I'm just going to give a shout out to that because Pure Pacific Organic Baby Spinach, best if by August 10th. Today is the 19th, and out of 3.5, some of these, like, that looks fine. I think I just got whatever. But out of 3.5 containers, that's it for spinach that looks a little slimy or maybe has like a little slimy feel to it. That's usually what I get in one that maybe is only a day or two old. So I've gone through 3.5, and this is holding up really, really well. So I believe this is from Sam's Club. It may be from Costco. This is holding up really well. So if you're gonna like invest in some spinach that you need it to last long, and don't forget you can always put a paper towel in these containers, and that will help keep them fresh longer. But if you need some, like if you're gonna invest in something, you want it to last a while, this might be a really good option. I'm really, really impressed with this. So I just want to make that note. I'm gonna go put these in the freezer. I really need to get a lot done today in terms of food preservation, just because I have not had a good couple of weeks here. It's been a rough couple of weeks, just mentally and energy wise. So I need to get back into it because I do not like wasting food, and every little bit will help us later on, and all of that fun stuff. So stay tuned. Okay, I'm filming in a little weird place right now just because there's a little bit of chaos going on in the kitchen, which you might be able to hear in the background. Okay, so for another Every Bit Counts challenge, I picked this up at my local Amish salvage store. It's this huge can of pumpkin. It makes like 8 or 9 pumpkin pies, I believe. But for $8.49, that's a really good price considering that each, small can is about $2.47. So I'm going to divide these up into 2-cup Ziploc bags. I took a little bit off the top to make some baby food, but that's one more thing I'm going to do today, and I'll put it in the freezer, and then we'll have stuff for pumpkin pancakes and all kinds of stuff. Alright, we got 10, 11 and a quarter cups of pumpkin that will go into the freezer. Alright, this is to wrap up the third week of the Every Bit Counts challenge, and this is today's project. I was so hoping to get a lot more done, but I had a coffee date with the ladies in our church, which was so nice, and then my days kind of started at 5:30. I needed to be up in time to watch the foster baby, and we had him from about 6 in the morning till about 9 at night. So it was a long day with that, so I'm just very thankful for what I did get done today. I have 8 pints of spaghetti sauce. I did pints even though we're a larger family because my husband's not too big on tomato-based products. And so for like spaghetti, this is how much I would use with noodles, and then like bulk it up with meat, more vegetables, and that's kind of how I just do our spaghetti. And yeah, so I have 8 pints, and I'm following the recipe I'll leave down below. I have another batch ready to go, and then I did one batch of it's got a seal. I did one batch of a jalapeno hot sauce. Now this used about 3 pounds of jalapenos, and I'll show you what that looks like. So that's about what 3 pounds of jalapenos look like. And if I had done this batch and that batch, I would have used up one of my 3 bags of jalapenos. So yeah, we're gonna roll with it. But I'm not gonna do another hot sauce. It's funny, my friend calls this a cold sauce, and I think she's very accurate. It is not all that hot and spicy. It's not a Frank's hot sauce. But I think it'll actually make a really good cauliflower buffalo thing that we like to do. But it took about 3 pounds of the jalapenos, and I was hoping to do another batch of them. Excuse me. But yeah, this is plenty of hot sauce for us for a year or 2, or maybe even 3. So these jars are so cute. I know I could just, it's not necessarily practical, But for our family it is because if they're in jars like this, I noticed that they get used faster than something like this. So if I have a hot sauce that needs to be used up, or something that I have, okay, let's use barbecue sauce for the example. If I have a barbecue sauce, even if it's homemade and they like it better, they grab this first, and that's still very hot. I just pulled it out. So I was thinking if I canned my stuff in here that it would actually be more likely to be grabbed first. And so this is kind of not only my test, but I really like the bottles. The only thing is, I'm going to show you something. I'll put up a picture here. My husband had to show me how to put these in the canner because I am such a dolt. And I was trying to do it like you would a jar. I'm sure it's completely obvious to everybody, but yeah, my poor husband. So he had to help me put those in the canner because I was like, I don't have a way to put these in the canner. He's like, let me show you. So anyway, I ended up with 7 of these barbecue sauce size, and these are water bath canner, but they do not say that they're pressure canner safe. So that's something to note. My recipe was a water bath canner. So I have 7 of these, and one of, it's very hot, one of these pint jars from Ball. And in making this, I was able to use up the diced tomatoes that I had canned last year that we just haven't used up yet. So that was really nice, but it did kind of make this a little bit more acidic. So I added a little bit of salt and like, I don't know, a pinch or 2 of cinnamon, and that helped a lot. So that's what I got done today for the Every Bit Counts challenge. I have another batch of pasta sauce going, so I can do another batch and have this set aside for us. I will not be doing any more of that, but I am going to make a fire cider. And yeah, I still have 2 grocery bags of jalapenos to go through. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. I'll see you next week.